What is up? Oh shit, Sean is gone. What
No,
is
I'm
going
trying to
on,
get the
everybody?
I was trying to get the movie in the player, but sorry about that.
You're all right. I thought I was like, holy shit, he just did.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey, yeah, man.
Question for you. What cut of this movie are we watching? Because
Uh, the
we
the
have the
theatrical.
theatrical. The theatrical's 90 minutes, and the television cut is 98 minutes. I think
Um,
it'd probably be wise to go with the theatrical because that's probably what's available on Look Movie.
that's the one I have in right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Um, that works for me, man. Works for
I
me.
just wanted to make sure.
Slash Fred. What's up, Fred? How's it going, man? Oh man. See here, we got everybody here. Yeah, this is a creature feature. I think it's the first one of these I've ever done. So like I say, I don't have an intro for us yet, and I figured the old intro would be inappropriate considering that Sean is not Ocean Chicks films. So it'll be another week or so for that. I've been really busy editing. I got lots of shit going on, and after my day off tomorrow, I will be busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I'm gonna try to squeeze it in there. I'm editing our Return of the Dead video. I'm editing the video with Juno. I'm editing the Night of the Living Dead with Night Watch. And people who's never edited these type of things before, added pictures and cut this and that out and everything, an hour or 2 hour long video, don't realize how long that shit takes.
Yeah, you got a lot of work up your sleeve right now.
Hell yeah. These three classics of bird. Oh man, yeah, birds. I would like to do the birds sometime. Hey, what's going on, Echo? Hey, Juno, what's happening? Yeah, I did Juno's. I did extras three with Juno first, so and that's the one I'm about 10, 15 minutes into editing right now. I'm 15 minutes into editing is 60 minutes. So I still got a little bit of ways to go there, and that'll probably be the first one I do got started on it. So, yes, I'd like to personally welcome Sean to for the horror of it. Thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate it, man, and a pleasure to have you as a co-host, man. I just want to tell you that first.
No, I appreciate you, offering me the spot to do this. I mean,
Dude,
I like majority of the time I'm always like, whatever stream or whatever you have going on, if it's a live, I'm usually there anyway. So I guess it does make sense to do this. So
dude, yeah. Um, but I also do also want to throw out there that I also do want to thank Ocean Chicks Films and Karen for the shows that we did do together. We had a good time. We did some good shows. So I want to put a shout out to her right now and thank her for the shows that we did do together, and wish her good luck and all that.
that's cool, man.
Oh,
I remember when I first saw this movie, I remember renting it. I forget how old I was. I was pretty young, but like I remember renting this on VHS and I liked it so much that I remember they had the second movie like on the shelf. So I went back to the video store the next day and returned Alligator and rented the second one. And I was like, it's not that good. I mean,
oh
I
yeah,
still
no,
enjoyed it, but it just wasn't as good as the first, you know?
yeah. Alligator 2, the mutation, I think it's called, which is also a Scream Factory. I do believe. Of course, they don't have a collector's edition or anything, but I do. Yeah. Now, what is Alligator X? Now that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's not like a reboot or anything, is it?
Alligator X?
Yeah.
What is that, like an alternate cut?
I don't know. I just seen it when I was doing some research and shit. I see where it said Alligator X. I'm not sure what the hell it is. I don't know if they rebooted it or what.
That's the first I'm ever hearing of that.
Right. Don't know. Lewis Teague was inspired. Yeah, I did not know much about Lewis Teague. I hate to admit it, but I did not know much about him, man. I didn't realize that he did Cat's Eye and Cujo and fucking Jewel of the Nile and shit.
Yeah, he's always been a very underrated director. But I mean, yeah, obviously he did a couple horror films, but if you look at his filmography, he's like he's pretty much covered every genre besides porno, I guess. You know?
Right, right, yeah. Well, I think he might have been. I think on his resume is the happy hooker or some
Ah, okay. That's
shit.
close enough.
No, I don't know exactly. I'm not sure that's all that hardcore thing, but you know what I mean. I think it might be, you know, it might be extra happy, so it's kind of soft. But Echo, hold on a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Someone said something about that. Oh, it just says new Alligator X is a sci. Oh, that's a sci-fi channel movie. Okay, that makes sense.
That sounds like, yeah, that makes more sense. Alligator X.
Did you know
But
what our thoughts on Lake Placid 1999 with Will Pullman is? Lake Placid was entertaining. The two best, in my opinion, the two best parts of that movie are number one, Betty White, and number two, Bridget Fonda.
yeah.
I, I was a big Bridget Fonda fan back then. I kind of had a thing for her at that point.
Yeah, I remember renting Lake Placid and I enjoyed it for what it was, but it just never like gripped me like most horror films did, and I haven't
But
seen it since. I've only seen it one time.
really, I think I said like one and a half times. I um I've seen it once all the way through, and I do remember Betty White saying some shit like that. I hope he eats all your friends and shit like that, or something like that. Yeah, Brian Cranston worked on it as a very young man, as a uh, production assistant in the special effects. So he worked on the Alligator. Brian Cranston from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. You know,
He's
when Scream Factory released that 4K, man, talk about like well overdue for that release. Because I remember having the Lionsgate DVD, and they
mm-hmm.
only gave you one cut of that movie. I didn't even know about the what is it called again? The television version. I didn't even know there was a television version. I had no idea about it. So like this, just having alternate cuts of this movie loaded with special features, like this is definitely like one of my favorite additions from last year.
Yeah, I got him. Like I said, about a month or two ago. I seen it and I was able to get it with the slip and everything brand new for like $20, free shipping. So I couldn't pass that up.
Wow. I think I might have paid full price for mine. I think I paid like 25 or 27 for mine, but like that as soon as they like I heard about that, I was like, that's a day one buy right there. I gotta have that.
Yeah, I missed it. I've fallen behind on a lot of Screen Factory, man, because they've been getting a lot of bad reviews on their 4Ks, man.
Yeah, it's that the prices are going up. A lot of times if I see like a company like 88 Films or Arrow Video releasing the same movie that Scream Factory will release,
Right.
I tend to go for their releases over Scream Factory because I mean, like, I hate to say anything negative about Scream Factory because they are good at it. Like, they have a lot of good aspects about what they do with releasing films. And, you know, they brought a lot of good films that were just like long lost and forgotten. They brought them back to, you know, into like people's
Yeah.
collections. And,
That
you
was
know,
early though.
they definitely deserve some points for that. But, like, I just always feel like they're a level down from certain companies. And,
Yeah.
to me, they'll always be in the rearview mirror.
They got
But
cocky. They got cocky, man. They they got to a situation where people just had to have each release. So they got cocky and they thought people were just going to buy them no matter what. And then they got to where they're releasing 5, 10 of them at a time. And anytime you do that, your quality, your production quality is going to go down. You know
yeah,
how cool your slipcover looks or how many posters you have, that doesn't matter if your transfer sucks.
yeah. I mean, there is some people. It seems like they're attracted to the artwork. It's
Yeah,
like, you know, they really like the new artwork and they will buy it just based on that. But
yeah.
I mean,
It's got to
you
look
know, like
good.
one of my favorite things about Scream Factory, like I really love those double features they release. You know, like the
Yeah,
double feature Blu-rays. Like I really like those, but I don't know if they're still doing that. I remember hearing a while ago they were going to cut back on doing that, and I was like, damn, dude, like I really like those.
Here and there they'll do it, and then they'll make it like limited to like 1,500, and then the shit's gone like
Right.
the first day. You know, every blue moon they'll do that shit. Basically, what they're doing now is just re-releasing shit they already had on Blu-ray on 4K.
Yeah. But I
So
mean, I can't blame them for doing like a limited amount of copies on certain titles, like how they're releasing Creepshow 3 with 1,500 copies. That sounds very necessary. I
yeah,
don't
because
blame them for that because it seems like they're getting themselves backed in a corner where they're releasing movies where it doesn't have a huge audience, and
yeah,
yeah, it's just not working out for them. At the end of the day, they got to make sure that, like their sales are there and they're putting out the right titles. So,
right. Hey, man, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Will make you want to own a gator. Yeah, and I think this might have been the first one, the first flush it down the toilet film, maybe. These sequels that are awful. Um, and let's see.
you
Uh,
also got a rare appearance from Sidney Lassick in this movie, or LASIK.
oh,
Sidney LASIK
absolutely, yes. From
from
Carrie,
One
the
That Flew Over the
Unseen,
Cuckoo's Nest.
Carrie the Unseen. Beautiful.
Yeah. Dude, I always forget he's in Carrie because he doesn't have a huge role in that movie.
Right. He just plays that teacher. Yeah, he's there. He's in that scene where he does beautiful. You mean like amber waves of grain, Carrie? You mean that beautiful? You know, and William Cat's like, you suck. You know, he's like, what did that call me? He was like, oh, he's all shocked.
Yeah,
And,
he was an
and
underrated character actor, man.
yeah, he was great in the unseen too, man. He was the fucking crazy maniac in it. You know what I mean? Um, and like you say, he was also great in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Damn, he did quite a few things. Also in this movie, for Godfather fans, is the dude that played in Godfather 2 as Frankie Pangeli. He's a main character in Godfather 2. He's the one that turns on Michael Corleone because he thinks Michael Corleone tries to have him black. Um, so, but when really it's the dude down in Florida. But there's probably not too many people in the chat that digs on Godfather, but I happen to love Godfather. And he's a big
Yeah.
character in it. It's a dude. His name is Michael Gazzo, and he plays. I think like chief of police or something.
Okay. It's funny you mentioned The Unseen because, like, that to me is one movie where you're watching it and you're kind of like, all right, what's going to happen in this movie? And you finally see what's in that basement. It's like, what the
Not yet,
fuck?
man.
Like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah. No, we're still shooting the shit, man. We haven't done it yet. Not yet.
yeah, we'll definitely do a time. All right, we'll do a proper countdown and everything before we start.
I I always wait to make sure to see if you're gonna show up yet.
Right. Yeah, you usually got to like give it like a good 20, 30 minutes to get people to start showing up.
Now, this is my first time watching this copy. So it's my first time checking it out. So I'm breaking my virginity on this on my Screen Factory Alligator. I haven't seen this since I was like a kid. I haven't sit down and watched it. I guess Kane Hodder is in this in a little tiny role
I
as
think he's in
Ramon.
the second one. He's in
Oh,
both.
is it in the second one? Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's part two that he's in, but I mean,
okay.
it wouldn't surprise me if he's in the first one.
The the gator, just like Bruce is the shark in Jaws. In this one, the alligator's name Ramon.
Oh, that's right. The little girl names him Ramon. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
I have tons of behind the scenes shit to discuss about this shit that I did not know. It's a pretty interesting behind the scenes facts. Food
Yeah, I
trucks
remember
everywhere.
like Scream Factory would go on Facebook and be like, "What movies would you like to see us release?" And I would always be like, "Alligator, Alligator." I would always reply with Alligator, and they finally released it.
Echo's saying that he's in this one uncredited. I thought that that's what I had seen.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I guess we'll
it
find.
it it doesn't surprise me that Kane Hodder's in it. He's probably doing stunt work in this movie, but I know he's an actual character in the second one, though. I know that.
Supposedly he plays a really small part as the alligator hunter or some shit.
Yeah, it's like him and his brother, and
Yeah.
I think it's Richard Lynch. Richard Lynch is plays his brother in it.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember Richard Lynch. He was like he was known for playing a lot of villains throughout the
Right.
70s and 80s.
Right. It's kind of like dude in this um Henry Silva that plays the Colonel Brock in this. That motherfucker was a villain all through the '70s too. He was in westerns. He was in shit with fucking Charles Bronson.
He was in like a James Bond movie, I think, too.
He's in he's in lots of shit, man. Trouble was he was in
But
the original Ocean's 11, Ghost Dogs. He was in the Manchurian Candidate.
but you ever notice that Richard Lynch has got like burn marks all over his neck? You ever hear about how that happened to him?
Mm-mm.
Apparently he was like a huge hippie in like the 70s and he took some acid and had a really bad trip and someone told him to set himself on fire and he did it.
Damn, that's
But that's
crazy.
why his neck looks like that. It's all like, it's got like that shiny scar look on his neck. But he went up in flames over some acid before.
I never understood that about acid, man, because back in the day, I'll admit it. I used to drop acid when I was young, a teenager, and in my 20s and shit. And it never made me want to do anything I normally wouldn't have done. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
I
if
mean,
if you can't handle doing the shit and not do anything fucking stupid, don't do it.
that's true, but like you always got to consider that everybody reacts differently to
Yeah, yeah,
mind altering drugs and just even pharmaceuticals. Everybody reacts differently to things. So that's why some people will lose their mind and other people are sitting there like, why is this guy flipping out and I'm all right?
because I was just exceptionally powerful.
Phil's Creepy Vids is
Yeah,
here.
yeah. What is up, Phil? What is happening, man?
Yeah, thank you all for stopping by.
Hey, the horror fans, it's your buddy Phil here. Yeah, Phil was the first dude that I ever knew of from the horror community that actually had a catchphrase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
I feel like
cool.
he's like somebody that is very easily to resonate with. Like when I watch a lot
Yeah,
of his,
yeah,
when I
yeah,
watch like most of his videos are usually a lot of like horror merchandise, like unboxings, but he will always have something that's like a limited or a special edition.
yeah,
Most of the time, it's something I'd never even heard of or seen before or didn't even know about. So that's like one of my favorite things about his channel. But
yeah.
I haven't been over there in a while, and I need to get over there and watch some of his content soon.
His channel was one of the reasons why I started the channel to begin with. I was watching him, and I started, for a long time, and then finally I started joining his chat, and then and then I got a channel, and then finally after a while having a channel, I actually started making content because he was like, dude, make content. You're gonna kill it. Make content. So finally I did.
That's good, man. I see Larry D's Chili Head Aquatics is here. What's up, Larry?
What's going on, everybody? Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my first creature feature, y'all. Um, yeah, I've got a couple of stacks here that we'll run through, and just like I was talking about earlier with Sean, um, this week was his choice since this is his first week. Um, it was his choice. The way we're going to do it is each week we'll come up with one. If the other one agrees, that's what we're going to do, and we'll take turns. Next week will be my choice. I'll whip some by him, see what he thinks about them, and then we'll go from there. So, did you put the thing up there for them to find it through the look, or? Oh,
Wait, you talking about the link?
Yeah.
I'm gonna post it again.
Oh, okay.
It, I did it earlier in the stream, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you said something because I forgot to do it again. But it's there right now. So yeah, if anybody doesn't have the movie and you want to watch Alligator, just click on that lookmovie.com link and that'll play all the way through without ads.
Yeah, I seen the wasp one a long time ago, man. That tarantula, the deadly menace, all those way back in the day.
Dude, I love watching movies like that throughout the summer for some reason. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, like giant bug movies just they feel more
Them,
comfortable to watch throughout the summertime, you know?
yeah, oh yeah.
Like I'm
So
sure you've seen have you seen the 1995 film Mosquito with Gunnar Hansen?
I don't think so.
It was like a I think it went direct to video. It's super low budget.
Okay.
Um,
I've got a line of them right here where I've got a shitload of them, man. I've got
like this is the
these
Synapse
big old
release.
things, all of 20 million miles to Earth, them, um, tarantula. Yeah, I got a shit ton of that. The fun movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's gonna be almost like seeing it for the first time again. So
Yeah, that's one thing that's good about having a big, vast collection. You can't get to like watching all of them all the time because you have so many movies, but eventually you go through shit and you're like, damn, I forgot I had this and I haven't watched it in so long. That just makes it so much easier to pick through
yeah,
movies and figure out what to watch.
yeah, and these boutiques at time, they release so much, and then you want to get them, and then sometimes you forget that certain ones that you've got. So then you go back and look and say, oh shit, I haven't watched that one yet. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
there's so few transfers I haven't watched yet. Ones
I mean,
I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen the new transfers yet.
like there's a lot of times I cannot remember like what I have in my collection, but I haven't gotten to the point where I bought the same movie. Like, I don't know if you ever bought a movie and been like, damn, I already have it. you know, I
Not
haven't
very
done that
often,
yet.
no. Not of the exact same copy of the exact same. No, not much. Maybe I did that with a couple way back, but it wasn't anything boutique or anything expensive like that.
Right.
It was just little off the wall shit that I wanted to make sure I had in the collection that I forgot I had. Man, I went by. I was actually out and about today, and I went by Walmart, and I don't do this often, but I did a blind buy. I bought Pearl, $15. It was the Blu-ray DVD combo, and it had the slip on it and everything, but it was in a protective case at Walmart. Well, I didn't notice, and I bought it, and she took it out of the case and put it in the bag. I got it home, man, and the fucking slip is totally fucked up. I got it about 30 miles away. So I'm going to take it to the Walmart that's closer here because I haven't opened it or nothing, and I still have the slip or the sales slip. I'm going to take it to the one that's closest to me, and I'm going to take it and exchange it. Hopefully they'll have it, and I'm going to exchange it for another one.
I would do the same thing probably, honestly. But you got that for a good price though.
Right, but
Like
I
I
worked that slip nights, man. 15
yeah.
bucks.
But I know Walmart also had an exclusive slipcover that's a little different from the poster art, but I decided to go with the actual poster art. And yeah, I paid the same price. I'm pretty sure I paid 15 for mine.
Because that motherfucker on eBay with the slip is going, 25, $30, shit, $20. You know what I mean? It's definitely going more than 15. So hopefully they'll have one that I can trade in.
You know,
But yeah, it's
I
irritating.
just saw that Echoes like just mentioned Rambo. I don't know at some point if you actually would actually want to do a stream for a Rambo movie or something throughout the summer,
Rambo.
or any almost anything like that, or any kind of action films maybe.
I love the First Blood, man.
Yeah.
The First Blood is a badass movie.
Have
That
you ever
I
seen the fourth Rambo, where it's just titled Rambo?
um is that the newest one or the one that came out here like 10, 12 years ago?
No, the newest one is. fuck, can't remember the name of it.
You're talking about the one that came out after years of not having one. The one that came out about a decade ago, right?
Yeah, it came out in like 2008, but apparently the newest one is called Last Blood.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the one you're talking about. I seen it once, but I don't remember it.
But dude, the one from 2008 is such a relentless and brutal action film.
Yes.
Like when I remember when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry, but Rambo 2 and 3 are taking a back seat. Like this is my new favorite Rambo movie besides First Blood. Like
Yeah.
if I were to rank those movies, it would be First Blood,
Yeah.
Rambo 4, Rambo 2, Rambo 3, and then Last Blood. But
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Remember, I mentioned what to do a lot of other stuff. On top of the horror too. You know what I mean? So hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
just saw that Echo was mentioned Rambo, and I'm like, it's probably be wise to bring that up to see how
hey
you would
man.
feel about talking about other movies besides horror.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've mentioned it several times about doing some other shit like horror, man. I have 2 or 3 page list, man, of different shit I want to do. Jamie Hart in the chat. How you doing, Jamie? How's it going? Man,
Oh,
I
Jamie's here.
yeah.
Oh
Thanks.
yeah, I see your comment now. Good evening, Jamie.
And I'm many hated the Last Blood. I haven't seen Last Blood yet.
I
See.
thought it was good for what it is. Nothing too exciting, but it wasn't bad. It kept me watching.
Yeah, I do remember that about that Rambo. I remember it was violent itself. It was like, you know, they didn't fuck around with it. All right, if everybody's ready, man, we can go and get this rolling and bullshit along with it.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna post the link one more time, and I guess let's see. Is everybody in the chat ready?
yeah, I was just getting ready to see if there's anyone who's not, let me know, and I'll hold on. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and get the count going. Get this
All right,
rolling, and
Mayann's ready. It's like Echo's ready, so we'll be
I'm
set
ready.
here in about a minute.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Too much SpongeBob here, but I'm ready. Yeah, that's one thing that stuck out to me is a little tiny. I'm watching the menu right here. Is a little tiny alligator getting ready to drop in the toilet. That always I always felt really bad for it because the first time I see it, I was like 8 or some shit because it came out in '80, so I was 7 in '80.
I remember
Seven
that
years
was
old.
like a big thing back then. Like people were,
Yes.
yo, people are flushing alligators down the toilet, and they're
Yeah.
getting out in the circulation now.
Next thing. Yeah, Jenny saw how she woke up with a black eye. It's like, damn, that's creepy, man. All right, so I guess everybody's ready. All right, so if if you're not ready, stop me. You ready, Sean?
Yep,
All right, 5, 4, 3. All right.
go.
Hey, we actually might be on the like the closest we've ever been. I, I just love descriptive subtitles. It's insects buzzing, ominous music.
Now this is like what I was talking about. I was talking about. I don't know. I think I was talking about this with you. Like a lot of movies, like older films, they come out on Blu-ray. When they start with the title card, they're extra grainy and crappy looking, and then a couple minutes later, it smooths out and everything looks amazing.
Right.
But how does that happen with almost every movie? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. like I was saying, some of the most impressed that I've been in a transfer in a while, man, is that second sight version of Chainsaw Massacre. That motherfucker's fucking badass.
Dude,
Like,
that box set looks just perfect. Even like just the artwork on it, that white, black, and red, like that just like I don't have that, and I might end up getting it, but that thing looks fucking perfect.
yeah, it is the definitive. It is like the absolute version of that movie.
I had to reorder one of these.
And it looks like I've seen that movie like umpteen times, and I've never seen it to where you can actually see him soloing Franklin perfectly. When he's chasing her through all those weeds, you can see him behind her when
Dude,
she's running. Like the sky behind her doesn't look black; it's got a light blue to it, man.
I know that Dark Sky Films when they released the 4K scan on Blu-ray, that
And
scene actually looks pretty good, but what you're talking about, it probably looks a little bit better than that now.
yeah, it's lighter. You can actually see what's going on during that scene.
Right, you can actually see branches and because like another
Yeah.
thing is like the scene is so black and you get these occasional dark blue blurs from like camera lens flare,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure like that because I also had the Dark Sky Films 4K release, but I haven't even watched it yet. So I technically haven't watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K yet. I'm only familiar with the 4K scan.
I've seen three of the transfers. I have five of them. But I've seen three of them. It's ridiculous. I have five of them.
But I had to reorder one of these.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
mine came like the one I have here is completely damaged, and I had to wait 10 months for this thing to show up.
Yeah.
Ten
Yeah.
months for it to show up, and it came damaged, and I'm like, it pissed me off so much that I didn't even want to watch the content inside, even though there was nothing wrong with it inside. But I was just so disgusted with it that I didn't even want to look at it. So I decided to order another one, and I'm gonna keep that one sealed and just leave this one to watch if I don't
Right.
sell it.
Right.
But the corners are so banged up. I was like, dude, this is unacceptable, man. And I
Yeah.
ordered it from overseas, and it would have cost me so much money to ship it back.
Yeah. That is one of my favorite. That's one of the favorite things I own is my version of that, man. Because it
Dude,
has the book. It has the hardback book of all the production. It has all the mall music. It has all the goblin music. It has all. It has three of the cuts on 4K. You know what I mean? It's got a fucking special. I mean, Jesus, man. The only thing it
dude, you
doesn't
get the
have is a fucking
soundtrack
poster.
too, man. You also get
Yeah,
a
all
paperback
of it.
book, you get a hardback
All of
book. You dude,
it.
that is like this is literally the ultimate edition for Dawn of
Yes.
the Dead.
The only thing it doesn't have is a poster. That's it.
Yeah, you're
I was
right.
so excited to have a poster. I was shocked.
Dude, that'd be great though to have the original poster art.
But yeah, I mean, it's got the soundtrack. Not only Goblin, but all the mall music too,
Right.
which is cool as fuck. The other one
I
got to get
remember like when Second Sight said they were releasing that, that was like my most anticipated release of that year. I waited patiently 10 months for it and
yeah,
it
me
came
too.
damaged. I was like, fuck my life, dude.
Yeah, because they told us way early that it was coming out, and it was the first thing that I ever got from Second Sight. Yeah, I didn't know anything about the company at the time, and they told us fuck a year before it was to come out, a year before the pre-order even almost. And then the pre-order hit, and I ordered that motherfucker, and with shipping, I paid like $90 with shipping, 95 maybe.
Okay.
And you see what it goes for now, and that's pretty amazing that brand new. That's what it was going for, including shipping overseas. That's back when Second Sight um, would ship everything here, and because remember there for a year or so, Second Sight wouldn't ship here. Like Martin, they wouldn't ship it here. They didn't start shipping here again until Chainsaw.
Really?
Yep, they would not ship here for a while. Martin wouldn't ship here. I had to get the limited edition of Martin to either Diabolic or Orbit. They would not do it.
I ordered the standard release because I was thinking about getting the box set and I was like, well, I'm ordering this through Amazon and it's probably going to come damaged. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get the standard release. I can live with that. And it came in one piece, and it came really fast. It came before its release date.
Yeah,
But and
it's
if
always
I
been
gotta
really
order
happy.
anything overseas on Amazon, I am not doing a box set. Just not doing it.
Yeah, they have this horrible habit of putting fucking and their steel books and everything. They put in those goddamn envelopes, those white
The bubble
fucking
mailers.
yeah, man, and they're so thin and you can't like I flat ass almost refuse to order a steel book unless I know the seller and I know they're gonna put it in a box. That's why
But
I don't have very many new steel books because once you did up the steel book, it's run.
yeah, I'm not a big steelbook collector. I probably have
Yeah,
about
me either.
25 of them in my collection, which kind of
Yeah,
sounds like a lot. But if I
yeah,
were to really be in this collecting steelbooks, I would probably have over like 200 or more by now. But I've
yeah.
turned so many of them down based on
Oh man,
artwork or the fact that it's probably going to come damaged.
yeah. I probably got 100 or 150 or so, and that's not very many considering.
See, Juno's asking what's the best sites to order second sight movies from, and I
Second thing, if
if
you
I gotta
can,
order a box set from Second Sight, I try to go with Diabolic DVD. But you can
or
also
or
go
the
on
two,
Zavvi.com, which is like
true.
I think that's like the UK thing. Like if you want to order from like overseas, like to get Second Sight directly, like get direct titles from them. But I would check out Zavvi.com, which is ZAVVI.com. But I try to stick with Diabolic DVD too, and I mean,
Or
I don't even
now,
have that many. Like I think I only have like four editions from Second Sight. I have Extro, Martin,
uh,
Dawn of the Dead, and Return of the Living Dead. I have the Return of the Living Dead
I
Steelbook
have
from Second Sight.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have like 12 of their limited editions, and
Damn.
now that they're shipping from their actual site again, there's certain things like that, like I said last night about the Chainsaw Massacre. I got three of those art cards ordering from them. I got three of those art cards that you usually wouldn't have got anywhere else. Like you had to get it from them to get those pictures free. And
Yeah,
the problem of it is ordering from Second Sight that it's like $18 shipping.
yeah, but the only upside of that is like you're more than likely going to get it shipped in one piece the way it's supposed to.
I've never had a problem with their shipping
Yeah.
ever. It's always well shipped, yeah. And you get those extra perks.
Yeah. But
Like
I
I
also heard that like I've heard of people getting damaged stuff from Second Sight, and apparently like they honor all that. Like if you get something damaged, they will fix that problem apparently.
yeah, they're good company, man. Second Sight is. I have Paranormal Activity, Swallow, The Changeling, Babadook, Session 9, Lake Mungo, The Witch, The Strangers, Martin, Dawn of the Dead, Chainsaw Massacre.
You even have like I mean like you're naming some titles that aren't even like so very popular, but yeah, like you got some of the like lesser known ones. Like for instance Session 9. I actually just picked up the Scream Factory Blu-ray last week.
That's
And
a movie, man. Yeah.
but another reason why I picked it up because the first time I ever seen it, I didn't finish the movie because I had to go to bed like years ago, and I put it on TV, and I
Right.
had to get to bed. I wasn't able to finish it, and I also really wasn't feeling it. And I picked it up this time because it was like $15 for the Blu-ray, and I definitely enjoyed it. Like that is a creepy ass movie, dude. Like it
Yeah,
really is creepy, man.
yeah, it is, man. It's a really good atmosphere. Echoes asking what you would do with a damaged one.
Yeah, I was trying to like answer him there. Like honestly, I haven't really thought about it yet because I have to make sure that this new one is going to come without damage. So once that comes without damage, I'll decide if I want to maybe sell this other one for dirt cheap. Like I might probably sell it for like $30. something like that. I don't know, but I mean, overall, like all this, I put the thing back, but the only thing that's like really damaged on it is the actual outer box. All the corners are banged up, but everything inside of it is beautiful. Like there's nothing damaged on the inside. But
Yeah,
that box is just too nice to have it damaged on the outside.
exactly. Yeah, Gino, that's the second sight that I'm wanting to get is Dog Soldiers because I have the Scream Factory. It looks like battered shit. Um, I have been hunting down Dawn. I have night and day. If you're gonna get Dawn, man, that's the one bit that I would recommend. If you don't want to pay the couple $100 to get that one, at least get the smaller, slim down version where you get the 4K. They have a smaller one, Echo, but me being the collector I am, I had to get the big one because it is Dawn of the Dead. What's a better website for getting second sight movies? Man, second sight or like Sean was saying, Zombie's a good one. Zombie sells out fast though. Um, like he was saying, Orbit DVD, Diabolic DVD. They restock a lot. I have a problem with Diabolic. Diabolic, they don't have a lot of shit in stock a lot. Orbit is in stock a lot more than Diabolic. You guys ever see the Michael Douglas and Doc Aaron movie Ghost in the Darkness? Yeah, that's that true story about those lions. Yes, there's another movie made well before that was inspired by it too called Savage Harvest. Um, it came out in like the late '70s, early '80s. That was pretty damn good too. Right in my collection, small box set, the Rex series. Yeah, yeah. Are you talking about the Scream Rex series, the Scream Factory? I have that one. I got I got ridiculous amount of fucking Scream Factory. Um, let me see. I want to complete this, get the American remake, get the sequel. Now, the first Quarantine's a decent show. Now, after that, no. Now, the first two Rex I like. I like the second Rex almost as much as the first.
I have the third one on DVD, but I do have the first one on Blu-ray, but I haven't seen any of the other films for Rec yet.
I've only seen the first two, I think. You
But I
guys,
know there is like a really nice
yes,
Blu-ray box set online with like 4 or 5 Rec films in it. Like that looks
yeah,
like a really nice set.
yeah. I have the Screen Factory set, but it's got like three or four of them, but I've still only seen the first two.
Is that who
Um,
released that? The Rec set? Was that Scream Factory?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys still have Screen Factory? Yep, I have pre-orders in right now. I'm still waiting for my Stevie Wayne figure, my full Stevie Wayne figure, and I'm right now I'm waiting for the new Creep Show 4K because
Yeah, Echo's asking if we heard of Grindhouse releasing, and that is one of my favorite companies, but my only issue with Grindhouse releasing is they don't release a lot of movies. They don't have like a huge catalog, so
they got great pieces. They got great um, Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Apocalypse. I do
yeah, they
ladies
got
and
Cannibal
gentlemen.
Ferox, they
Yeah,
got
Fairlocks.
the
Okay.
Beyond,
Beyond.
but like they have like all like the gory classics, I guess you could say, but I just wish that Grindhouse releasing could get a hold of more titles and release more stuff because if they did release more stuff, they would probably be my number one company.
Yeah, they are good. They are good. Yeah, I wish Blue Underground would too, man. Blue Underground seems to recycle their shit a lot. You know what I mean? And I think Blue Underground puts out some of the best looking 4Ks too. You know what I mean? But they just don't do very many. Some I bought directly from Screen Factory. The Spicer Teeth box set. Yep. Oh, that's you, goddamn it. Yeah, I got that one too, man. Yeah, I got the replacement discs.
Yeah, that's the last time I bought from Scream Factory was the Friday the 13th box set, and my posters showed up a little messed up, and we had to do a replacement disc program. And after that, it just turned me off. I was like, I'm never buying from them again.
Yeah, I've got the Friday 13 set, the Omen set, the Rex set, the Fly set, the Amityville Horror set. It's Alive. I got the Vincent Price Volume 2. I never did get to Halloween because I just don't like that franchise. I didn't see any point.
Such a bad franchise.
It is, man. To come from such a great first fucking movie, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
And
I love the first three, but it just dies after
Halloween
that,
3,
man.
Halloween 2 is good except for, like I say, except for brother sister angle. You know, it's just like, damn, man.
It's, but it really would have been great to see what they would have done with the anthology idea. A new story for a Halloween themed movie every year. Like it just always like bugs me, like what that could have been. Like what, all the movies we could have had from that. But no, we got more Michael Myers to pound it into the ground a little bit more.
They weren't sure what to do, so they just did everything, you know?
Yeah,
They
I
said, well,
forgot the
fuck
one
it.
guy from The Godfather's in this movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's his name? The dude who's like bitching all the time in the second Godfather movies. I gotta wait in
Frank,
line to talk to you,
yeah.
Michael. I'm
Frank
not
Frank
waiting in
Pentangeli.
line.
Frank Pentangeli. That's the guy that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. He's like
He's
one
like,
of the cops or like the chief or whatever in this movie.
yeah, he's the guy that took over the Corleone house in Godfather 2, and he ends up singing on Michael because he thinks Michael tries to have him waxed when it's
Right.
actually Hyman Roth from Florida that does it and just sets it up to make it look like Michael from who does it from Vegas.
Right.
Oh
And
yeah,
then he ends up hitting
I love
back
it.
at Michael.
Yeah, so he turns him into, and then they get the grand jury and shit going, and Michael almost ends up going to prison over it. But then they bring in Frank Pentangeli's brother from Italy, and then that completely just stops him.
I find it really crazy with The Godfather. Like, we'll move on from that in a second, but like after the events of the first movie, I cannot believe any family has the balls to fuck with them after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
He's a cold motherfucker. Michael Corleone is, man. He's not fucking
Yeah.
around. He wipes out all the rest of my family, like all at once. He just takes care of all that bullshit.
I
He puts
just
it
know,
like, I'm settling
like
all the
every,
family business.
yeah. Nah,
The whole
it's,
family business 2 days during his kid's fucking christening, during the fucking, it's like, damn.
that's like the one epic scene right there, too. Cause like you got that, like they're playing the christening music. You hear like the church organ and everything.
That's good shit, man. I love the first two Godfathers, man. I'm a big fan. I've got
But
the
when,
two. I got the two 4K steel books of the first two. Third one's all right, but the first two, that's the two, man.
yeah, part three is a little hard to sit through sometimes.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but the first two I can just watch. There isn't too many 3 or 4 hour movies I could sit through over and over again. But the Godfathers I can't.
Yeah, every time I watch part two, I'm always like, how the hell does anybody have the balls to fuck with this family right now?
They do though, man. They try to outsmart him, and it just it never works.
Right.
Even the old man down in Florida, the old man that's been running shit since fucking Vito was running shit. He figures, well, shit, I'm over. I got to outsmart this young punk. No, doesn't work out. He learned from his dad Vito, and his dad Vito was like top notch. Something with season of witch. Yeah. Um, I think that's probably where they're going to go with the Halloween series next. If they're going to do anything, I hope they go there. They've molested Michael enough. You know what I mean? Leave him alone. If you're going to fuck with Halloween again, do a reboot of three. Do something with that. You know what I mean?
I
I don't
mean,
got
I like the idea of that because Halloween 3 just tackles the Halloween season in general. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I would like to see something like that because it would just like I just feel like the atmosphere would be perfect. It would feel
Yeah.
like a Halloween film,
And
not
don't and
exactly a Michael Myers film, but just like a Halloween themed season movie.
yeah, and don't even necessarily reboot it or remake it. Just kind of go with the spirit of it, what they did to begin with, and then you know what I mean. Do that. Don't remake it, reboot it. Use your fucking imagination. Come on, guys. I know somebody out there's got an imagination. I would
Yeah.
hope. Let's quit
Him.
rehashing what everybody else has done all these years.
I just saw that Echo and Mayan brought up the guy with the radio bomb,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
totally forgot about that scene. That's like the little bit of dry humor that comes into this movie. You got a wacko coming in saying he's got a bomb to strap to his chest.
yeah. You always got them, man. He's the one that some shit just didn't go right yet. So
Now
he's
I
like,
don't. My timestamp is 2150, but right now they're in the sewer right now where I'm at in the movie, and this is where it starts to get a little claustrophobic because it gets a little dark here. There's not that much light, and it seems like these tunnels they're in are very enclosed, so this is a little claustrophobic here.
yeah, yeah. They come to a tunnel that's bricked off, man.
Yeah. But I feel like that's what really adds to this, and they're not even like they don't even know what they're really looking for right now. They don't even know what's in the sewer right now, and they're just down there walking around.
Now this blonde-headed kid, man, I seen him in a few things in the early '80s. Like right after this, he was in a movie called Fooling Around with a young Annette O'Toole and Gary Busey. Before Gary Busey knocked his brains out and went crazy. Um, and yeah, it was called Fooling Around. And just in case everybody doesn't know, Annette O'Toole is the one that plays Beverly in the original It.
Huh.
But she was in that. She was the love interest of Gary Busey, and it was made in the early '80s.
Yeah, I can't say for sure if I've seen this blonde-headed guy in anything else.
Yeah, he was in two or three things that I seen back when I was a kid.
But like another thing about this scene, they don't even know what's down there, but us as a viewer, we know it's down there. So that's what makes this very scary to watch.
Yeah, that's that old Hitchcockian thing, man. You know, like when you see the bomb, like you start like you see the bomb underneath the table, and you know it's gonna blow up, but they just keep talking like they don't know what the fuck's going on. You know it's gonna blow up, but they don't.
Yeah.
Like you know, sooner or later, there's fucking crocodile or this alligator's gonna bite
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, I just remembered. When I got this Blu-ray, there's a scene in this movie that I could never see before on DVD because it was so dark.
Right?
And you see the gator in this really dark scene. You can see his head start to pop out. I could never see that on DVD because it looks so dark. And when I got the Blu-ray, I had to pause the scene. I was like, "Is that the gator? Or is that the alligator?" And I paused it and went back. I was like, "Yo, I can fucking see the alligator. That's crazy!" Like,
That's cool to see shit like that. And after so many times and so many years of watching it, seeing shit you never seen before like that,
yeah, dude, that's like one of my favorite things about watching shit in HD, man.
that's where you know you got your bad things about technology, but that's where you look at it and all those bad things go to the side, and you're happy about technology now. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I
fuck.
forgot about that though. There's definitely a scene in this movie where it's hard to make out the gator, and then like if you look good enough, you start to see him. Like, oh shit, he's there.
Well, yeah. Well, hell, this been his house for years. You know, he didn't choose to be down here. You know, motherfucker flushing down the toilet. He's like, it's my house, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's been shitting in this sewer for fucking ever.
And then the whole thing with the
Yeah,
vet working on dogs, like experimenting on dogs, and they're dumping them down the sewer. It's such a good concept, and it makes sense.
yeah. The original concept for this film, man. You see, I wrote this down. This is crazy, man. where is that? The original concept for this was this movie originally was going to be set in Milwaukee. This is before John Sayles took over the script writing and the writing of it. It was set in Milwaukee, and Ray Pearly was writing it. And the alligator grew gigantic because of local. They was dumping the local beer into the sewers. That's what made him grow gigantic. That's what it was going to be.
I don't think I was aware of that.
That's what it was going to be until John Sayles took it over, and he was like, "No, let's not do that."
Was that in the special features? That info?
No, no,
No.
that's shit that I looked up. Well, I mean, it might be. I haven't seen all of them. That's shit that I dug deep and looked
Yeah, I think that's the first time I'm ever hearing of that.
up.
That's interesting.
It's like the first victim's name is his name in the movie is Ed Norton, and it's paying homage to the honeymooners.
There he is.
Yeah,
It's that scene I was talking about. The gator's fucking behind them right now, and they don't even know it.
Forrester was suffering from spinal meningitis when they started production on this.
Hmm.
I dig deep for this shit, man.
Nah, that's really good though. I mean, like, we all can't figure out every piece of information. That's Oh shit, there goes the gator.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
all
yeah.
can't figure out all the information, so
And the special features never tell you everything. So I like to come up with shit that the features don't say.
yeah. So now they're aware that there's a giant gator in the sewer.
Two things I hate: alligators and dirty water. Man says dirty water. Yeah, yeah. Alligators made to be a demon. Yeah. Have you guys seen the giant Gila monster? Yeah, I seen it a long, long, long time ago. Yeah.
I don't even think I've ever heard of the giant Gila monster.
Well, my mom watched all those and shit, man. She was a you know what I mean. She was born in 1940, so during the 50s and 60s and shit, she would go. You know what I mean. She grew up on all those monster type shows, so she always watched them.
Oh no, the gators got Kelly.
There you went. No more fooling around for him.
Yo, to see him go so fast like that is kind of like, yo, what the fuck?
He's
Like,
fucking midnight snack.
Kelly wasn't like the type of character that was like annoying or anything. He was kind of
So
likable. So to see him go is like, damn, dude. So now he's waking up in the hospital trying to figure out what happened.
that's pretty good writing, man. Like I said, John Sayles was the main writer on this, man. He wrote Battle Beyond the Stars, The Howling, Piranha. He did rewrites on Apollo 13 and Mimic also.
Dude, that's talent right there to be able to pump out writing classics like that and then to like fix some movies too at the same time.
Yeah,
That's not easy to do.
yeah. That motherfucker's multi-talented too because he also acted several movies and did and directed a lot too. He directed Eight Men Out.
What was that?
He directed Eight Men Out. He directed a shitload of movies later on. He acted in a bunch of them. He directed Eight Men Out. Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta look up his filmography, like to see what he wrote and directed.
yeah. The main ones, like I said, Piranha and the Howling. Yeah. Speaking of Piranha and the Howling, let's see what it is. Joe Dante. They tried to get Joe Dante to direct this first, but he turned it down.
Huh.
He turned it down. He didn't want it. Of course, this is 1980, so he was getting ready to get busy as fuck. So This
And Robert
alligator.
Forster, man, he's like one of the most convincing actors from this era.
Yeah, well, he went. There was years he didn't act, and the first thing he did in a long time was Jackie Brown, because Quentin Tarantino liked him, and he hadn't seen
Right.
anything in a long time, so he wanted him for Jackie Brown, and he kind of dug him out and brushed him off and said, "Come on, man," because
I think
Tarantino's good with that.
I could be wrong, but I think his last movie before Jackie Brown was actually Maniac Cop 3.
Maybe, yeah.
I gotta look that up.
How creatures are made, vicious and violent. Yeah, the alligator Ramon after this was well later on was donated to the Florida Gators University, and it was their mascot for many years, I guess.
You know what's actually I think one of the most underrated roles from Robert Forster is him playing a terrorist in Delta Force. You remember Delta Force, the Chuck Norris movie?
Okay, yeah, I don't.
He's the main villain in that movie. He plays a
Uh,
terrorist and he has like this kind of like it's almost like a Mexican accent, and like he's got like his skin's like really tan, so he must have been out in the sun or been on a tanning bed for the role. And he has like a mustache, but he does not look like a regular white guy in this movie, and he doesn't sound like it either. But really good acting from him in the Delta Force.
always, man, always. Like, like this is a nice 1-2 punch here in the car with him and Michael Gaza.
Yeah.
This is yeah, this is a nice pairing. Yeah, yeah. With Jackie Brown, you know what I mean, and just to be able to notice Robert Forster and Jackie Brown with the job that Samuel L. Jackson does is amazing.
Oh, all right. It looks like his last movie before Jackie Brown was actually Uncle Sam, I Want You Dead.
Oh shit.
You remember the Larry Cohen and William Lustig movie?
Yeah, yeah. Uncle Sam.
Like that movie, like I feel like Uncle Sam is it's fun to watch for the action sequences, but the movie's really silly.
Right. So yeah, just the fact that you can notice Robert Forster's acting and Jackie Brown tells you how good he is. You know what I mean? Because he's surrounded with fucking, you know what I mean, Robert De Niro. You know what I mean? You got Samuel L. Jackson. You got great performers all around him. So if he wasn't a good actor, he got lost in the shuffle. Pam Grier.
Dude, that's like honestly, like that might be the best movie to come out of the '90s is Jackie Brown.
Oh, I don't know, man. Pulp Fiction came out then too, though, man.
I mean, Pulp Fiction's probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's really hard to pick between that and Jackie Brown. Because the
Yeah,
storytelling and the writing alone in
yeah.
Jackie Brown is just, it's
That
undeniably amazing.
that's the one movie that he made that he actually didn't write. I think that might be one. You know what I mean? That's one of the two projects he worked on that he didn't write.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he Jackie Brown's not his. He did.
It's really hard to remember exactly like what stuff that Quentin Tarantino actually sat down and wrote. Because there's some movies of his where he actually did a little bit of writing only, and then he collaborates with two or three people, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's why that's never considered in the 9 films that he's done. Jackie Brown, I think, because he didn't actually write it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
considered one of the ones he directed, but he didn't. Out of all that whole line there, it's the only one that he didn't actually write as well. Of course,
Nothing
he had a
better.
chick he was with.
Yeah.
She passed away a few years ago. I think she passed away right before Hateful Eight. Maybe. No, passed away after Hateful Eight and before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think. You got
Nothing
to
better than watching a news reporter getting eaten by an alligator.
right. The chick news reporter in this was a Playboy bunny or something. She was in Playboy, um, and she also did a small role in Three's Company. Reservoir Dogs, yes. They can fly to be a Reservoir Dogs man. Yeah, I take Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction over Jackie Brown, man. Always. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is a bad motherfucker.
I had no idea that they went and remade Amazing Stories. You remember the
I did.
show Amazing Stories?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they went and redid that back in 2020.
Huh. No,
I only
I
just
didn't.
found that out because apparently that was like the last TV show that Robert Forster worked on was Amazing Stories. Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but lately, man, I've been unsubscribing to so many people that just want to pump out videos and not watch anybody else's shit. So fucking tired of people like that.
Time stamp is 37.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yep, that's exact. I'm at 37:35. Hey, Rob's Vintage Videos here. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Rob, what's going
Mm.
on?
They should have just sent the Ninja Turtles down there to fight the alligator.
Right? This is definitely three Ninja Turtles too, man. I'm not even sure they were even a concept yet, were they?
No, that what's Ninja Turtles is like late 80s, I think.
Mid to late '80s, yeah,
89, I think.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't remember if they were a comic book before they were a cartoon or what. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Rob. Hope you're having a good night.
I had a rubber alligator look just fucking like that thing. Really, it looked just like it with the weird looking buggy eyes and everything, man. He was all messed out, man. It's like wing.
I know I had one at one point. I even had like a great white shark. You could like
Yeah,
stick your toys down its mouth and stuff.
yeah, man. I had the bath with me every time. And he was like eating my fucking Star Wars food thing. I was playing Jaws with it. Let me see.
So now we got the army and the SWAT team involved.
Comic.
All this for a giant alligator.
Ah, Echo says they started the comic, a pretty dark comic that became a family friendly cartoon. Interesting.
No shit.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. This scene. I guess when the SWAT team's going down in here, I guess a lot of the locals didn't realize that they were shooting. They seen them, and when they were on their way in, some of the people seen them, and they thought they were terrorists and called the fucking cops on
Yeah, it's not the usual, you know. They see
them.
some
Yeah,
fucking guys with guns going into a tunnel.
yeah, they thought they were terrorists. They called the police. Police came down. They're like, man, fuck. Hey, Russell, how's it going?
I was watching like a brief short on the Warriors, and apparently like when Walter
Yeah,
Hill was filming the Warriors, like real gang members were showing up to the set, and they were starting to get pissed at the crew. They were like, why do you guys have guns and weapons in your hands? Like, we're not like that in this city. Like, you guys are
Damn,
portraying us to be like vicious monsters, and we're not actually like that.
damn.
So it was like almost every day with the Warriors, they would have to deal with like at least one or two
Yeah.
gangs coming up to them and starting shit with them because they're not being portrayed right.
I got offended.
Yeah.
Do you use a phone or something? Is that how you're able to
I do
talk in the chat
everything
and
on
stuff?
my phone. Everything's done on my phone.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I do too. But I mean, that's the only thing that I have, and that's what I go through the camera on. That's why I'm not able to chat. I would have to reach up here and do it.
Well, another thing is I have a tablet here.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
have
how I
anything
pay
like that.
attention to the chat.
Yeah,
So I have a tablet and then my cell phone, but I film everything off my cell phone and then
yeah,
I use my tablet. Like I only got this tablet because it was a deal. Like if I got the cell phone, they would give me this for half price, and I was like, why not? And like they're like, it's not going to cost you extra for the internet or whatever. And I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I'll just grab the tablet too. Then it was only like an extra $50, I think.
It's hard as fuck for me to chat on this phone with it up here on this thing like this. So I have to push this and then you know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude. I know what you mean because before I
It's
had this
impossible.
tablet, that's what I would do. And I'm
Yeah,
like, dude, I can't do this on this little ass phone chasing everything.
I need a second device so that I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, it'd be like it's getting a tablet like this is helpful, but
Uh,
not everybody's gonna have the money to go do that. Because I know to
yeah,
just go ahead and buy the tablet without getting the deal, it's not cheap, dude. It's like over $300 for one of these.
yeah, yeah.
But they gave me a deal on it and said, if you buy this phone, you have the option here to do a mail-in rebate where you'll get the tablet for $50. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They always have just like if you have a plan, like Verizon or different little shit like that. They have little things where you can get shit cheaper like that, or through AT&T, they'll have that kind of shit too. But
Right.
you know, like the way this movie's going right here, it looks like it's like halfway through, but it looks like it's coming to the end. I mean, this looks like an ending scene, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like a showdown.
Yeah, yeah. We're at about 44 minutes, and this looks like the climax of the film. The
I
fuckers are getting
mean,
ready to do and shit.
the only thing that's like stopping that is the fact that we haven't really seen the gator yet. We've seen its head, but we haven't seen its whole body yet.
Yeah,
But this does look like a final showdown here.
yeah. This looks like the way it would end. So I'm sure when people see it in the theater, people were getting all close at the edge of their seats and shit, getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden it kicks back into the story. It's like, what the hell?
But I think with this scene, like they went through every aspect of the sewer, making as much noise as possible to flush out the gator. And
Right.
I think they just spooked the gator. And the gator said, I'm going this way, somewhere else. I'm staying far away from this noise.
Yeah, because gators are not stupid, man. They are not stupid. That's why they're so fucking hard to catch. You know what I mean? You got those gator hunters and shit. You know what I mean? Like, do you remember that show? Was it Swamp People or whatever?
Right.
I mean, they have to especially fucking do that their whole lives. They have to train and actually practice and know what they're doing, or they can't catch it.
I mean, they constantly have shotguns. They're shooting those gators right
I
in the
mean, the
fucking head
traps.
all the time.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like the traps, just to get them there, just to be able to get them up there. They have to, they know what they're doing. Not just any joke and do that.
But apparently, like an actual alligator, those are usually the ones that won't like strictly attack a human right away. But it's
Right.
crocodiles. Crocodiles will attack anything at all
Yeah, croc
times.
hunters. Yeah, they're croc
But
hunters. Yeah,
apparently, like
you're
the
right.
gators, they will attack, but they're a little bit more laid back, I guess you could say, than a crocodile.
No, no.
Like a
Yeah,
gator can just sit there for a long time and not be bothered by anything in its like in its atmosphere, but
yeah,
crocodiles, they see something, they're gonna fucking go full force for it and they're gonna fuck you up.
yeah. I can't remember which one the swamp
Oh, here
people
comes the
pointed to.
gator. It's coming out of the sewer.
Did the swamp people did they hunt for gators or was it fucking crocodile? Yeah, it was gators,
It
wasn't
might have been crocodiles, dude. But here it is.
it?
He's finally coming out of the sewer.
Big. He probably looks like he's smiling
God
at him.
damn.
He's grinning. He's like, "What's up?"
Dude, if I saw that, I'd be
What's for
out,
dinner?
dude. I want to be standing there watching it.
Yeah, well, the whole idea is they're supposed to be in like shock. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
it would kind of blow your mind, but I definitely would be standing there watching what you want. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I
Doesn't the
know what
kid go in the house and I think he gets a butter knife? Like, what are you going to do with that butter knife?
the slingshot or something. Hell yeah, he eats a fucking butter knife. Like he
That's a
wouldn't even realize
toothpick.
he ate it.
He
He
gets a
wouldn't,
toothpick for the fucking alligator.
yeah, he wouldn't even realize he ate it. He just yeah, they do a good job with this man. You know, they do a good job of the effects here, man. It was smart. You know what I mean? And the Croc has very limited time. They learned a very valuable lesson from Spielberg and Jaws. You know, because they had such trouble getting the crocodile to work right that they were kind of forced to. That's what happens when you work with a little bit of money and your technology is not very good yet, and you're not using ACGI. It's all physical.
Yeah. That gator just ripped off that cop's leg.
That's why a Jaws remake would suck, man. They would go CGI with it. They would have too much shark, and it would just be oversaturated with
And they would probably have at least one or two cast members that should not be in the movie.
it, at least, and they would
Like
last a
I
whole
bet
long
you,
time.
like you know what I would like. I bet you this would happen. They would remake Jaws, and for some reason Miley Cyrus would be in it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Somebody like that. Like
yeah, yeah, and she would survive all the way to the end.
Yeah, right.
We'd be stuck with her for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I prefer Toby Hooper's Eating Alive. That is a kick-ass film, man. That is a good one,
Yeah.
Russell.
Not strictly a gator movie, but
Right,
it's
right.
like you got a crazed guy who
It's his
doesn't
move.
mind killing people, and he's got a pet alligator as like his backup option, I guess you could say. So if
It's
he
his
can't
move.
kill him with like whatever fucking weapons he has, well, I can always just dump you right here into my lake and feed you to my gator.
Lure him out to that fucking porch, man. Yep.
I think the best thing about Eaten Alive is the actual atmosphere of the hotel. You got that crazy ass red light that's like,
Yeah.
it's like all like foggy and smoky and everything, like really creepy atmosphere.
Not to mention the fucking guests, man. Remember the that one dude from Silent Rage is in it, and he plays Marilyn Burns' husband. Remember he gets so irritated with her at one point. He's like,
Yeah, he starts doing some really awkward shit.
yeah, yeah, because he's just so agitated with her. He all he can do is just make a fucking noise. It's like instead of regular, he
Yeah.
has to make a noise. Yeah, they definitely have a toxic marriage. Like fuck.
Yeah,
They're
that
like
I forget that guy's name, but that was one of like Toby Hooper's like, how like a director has like a certain cast and crew that they work with.
yeah,
That was like one of Toby Hooper's like main actors that he liked to use, but apparently he died at a very young age.
yeah. He was in my favorite Chuck Norris film, Silent Rage. He was one of the doctors. He's the one that gets stabbed inside the neck with the there in the hallway with the syringe.
Yeah. I forgot he's in Silent Rage. I just know he's in the Funhouse. He plays like one of those
Yep, yep.
one of the what he plays like one of the Barkers or whatever. That's like running the one
The
of the
impale,
side shows.
the impaler.
Right, that's it. Here goes
Yep.
Henry Silva.
Yeah, and he's got his daughter. He's got his daughter as the one inside the coffin. The Impaler.
And Mayanne pointed out it's a butcher's knife, not a butter knife.
You stand corrected, man. Man says, bullshit, dude. You called it wrong.
It was some kind of knife.
Well, I mean, it looks small, you know.
I mean, a butcher's knife compared to a gator looks like a butter knife. So
Exactly, Juno. Young Robert England and Eaten Alive. That's where that line that Tarantino took and put in Kill Bill. My name is Buck, and I'm raring to fuck. Robert England was the first one to say that because he wants to fuck her in the ass, and she's not down for that.
like, who the hell would want to buy a baby alligator during an event like this with a giant gator going around?
She's like, yeah, I think I'll
Hey,
have one too. Yeah,
I got a
but
gator for $20.
I want one too, mom. Yeah, the Funhouse is badass, purple. Yeah, I love it. That's yeah. Toby Hooper is so underrated, man. He is like of all of the great directors and everything that are gone now and that are all talked about and you know what I mean and praised. He is the least fucking praised, man. And he come up with one of the most iconic fucking characters in movies ever made or ever will be made. Like in my list of big three, I have four. You can't have a big three without Leatherface, man. At the same time, you can't take out Jason, Michael, or Freddy. So I have four. I have
Yeah,
big four.
Juno just said that Betty White from Lake Placid would have bought that little alligator.
You would too. Yeah, she's fucking serious. She said, yeah, I hope he eats all your friends. I'm like, bam, buddy.
I'll be right back in a minute. I gotta
All
step
right.
out a second.
All right. Yeah, she was definitely an animal lover. She didn't like them there hunting them. She was like, yeah, I'll eat all you motherfuckers. I'm ready. That's what it is. She says, man. Somebody remind me, but she cusses, don't she? Does she ever call them motherfuckers or bastards or something? She calls him something, and she pretty much say, "Oh, we hope he eats all you motherfuckers," because he's
All
pretty
right,
much
I'm
her
back.
pet, man. She like feeds him. She's the one that's been feeding him and getting him to be real big and shit. He's like become her Fido, you know. You know that a gator opens one jaw and a shark can open both. Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would say my knowledge with gators and crocodiles is like bare minimum. I don't know everything
Me
about
too.
them.
Me too. Yeah, I don't know much at all.
I just know that
So
they're very old creatures.
right, yeah, they're like the closest to what's left of like a you know what I mean prehistoric basically.
Yeah.
And what's in the ocean that we can't find because it's way too deep.
Dude, it's crazy. Like the shit that they discover out in the ocean, like that's in like the abyss, where like there's no light, and like most of those creatures don't even have any eyesight because everything is just complete blackness. Like it's just crazy, man.
James Cameron's supposed to 4K those this year. That's what his assistant straight up said that he's supposed to take the time this year to put out a correct 4K of Terminator, a good one of Terminator 2, The Abyss.
Yo, he needs to stop making blue people movies and get the fucking Abyss remastered already. Like,
Yeah,
stop it with this Avatar shit
right.
and
Yeah.
just fucking remaster the Abyss already.
Like he was making what 3 of them a month or something.
I mean, look, the Avatar movies, like, they're undeniable. They have an audience. They're obviously good movies, but can you just fucking give us a Blu-ray of The Abyss and then go back to the Avatar movies? Like, what the fuck, man?
At least give us yeah, at least 4K as. I mean, can you imagine the Abyss in 4K? Can you imagine good 4Ks of the Abyss and the first two Terminator movies?
Yeah.
You know, because it's legendary. That Terminator 2 4K is legendary.
I mean, the current Terminator Blu-ray, I'm actually satisfied with because I don't
Yeah,
know if you
yeah,
remember or not. The Terminator has had about 4 different Blu-ray releases, and it took it till about the fourth release for it to actually have a good transfer.
yeah,
The first transfer ever was complete dog shit. The next one was identical. The next one after that was a little bit of an upgrade, and then finally the fourth one they released looked good. Like,
yeah.
why did that take so long for that to happen?
Well, they're doing the same thing with Terminator 2 4Ks. You know what I mean? It's all
Yeah,
looking cartoonish and shit. So
right. But you know what's funny about that 4K? The regular Blu-ray that's on it has a beautiful 4K scan on it, but the actual 4K looks like dog shit.
yeah, yeah.
So there's an upside and a downside to that release. You got a nice 4K scan, but the 4K looks like dog shit.
Isn't that crazy? You guys made 1991, and that incredible technology that they had in 1991 to make Terminator 2, that liquid Terminator and shit. And for
Yeah.
years, nothing could touch it. You know, for a long ass time, nothing could even think of touching
Yeah, I
it.
remember
So
when
they were way
T2
ahead.
was released, man. That was like the hot shit at the time. Like I
Yeah,
remember getting the toys. Kenner actually made Terminator 2 toys. And I remember buying them.
mhm.
You actually had them with the battle damage, with the face coming off and everything.
Yeah.
They were really cool toys.
The NECAs are pretty good. No.
You know, like I actually really want to buy a Xenomorph from NECA, but there's so much money. They're like
Yeah,
60
I got
plus
those.
dollars. I can't afford that shit. I mean, I
Yeah,
can, but I'm not gonna drop that much money on an action figure.
yeah. I've never paid that much for them. I've got several of them, man. I've even got the big ass alien queen.
Wow, I would love to have that, dude. But I really want a Xenomorph, and every time I look at them, they're like 50, 60, $70. I'm like, damn, dude. But they look like they're worth the money. I just not ready to drop that much on one action figure.
Right. Like, yeah, you're just coming across them once they're sold out, man. They come out when they come out, they're like 30 or so, 35.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of my own fault for waiting as long as I did. But the next time a Xenomorph gets released and it looks like, like one that I like, and it's, retail price at like $30, $40, I'm gonna buy it. But I just bought the Puppet Master toys. I did a video on that recently, and that
Yeah, I
cost
know.
me, I think I paid $58 plus tax, came out to like $60, but that's
Yeah,
like buying
I got
two NECA
it.
figures because you get two small ones in a pack. And, I was like, I can't just buy Torch and Blade and not have Pinhead and Tunneler. Like, you have to have them all, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got all four of them.
But I really hope they release Jester, Leech Woman, and what's the other one? Six
Six
Shooter?
six
Yeah.
shooter, yes. Got it, yes. Yes, yes. Absolutely. That's the one that's what my son wants, 6 shooter.
That would be a really cool toy to have, a six shooter figure.
Well, they
Like when
they
I
they
was
released them years back, but they're way out of, you know what I mean. But they're way sold out and they're way expensive. I don't remember what company it was, but it was some company through Full Moon. So they have them out there. They're just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid in the 90s, I would always get the Full Moon Entertainment catalog and I would look at the Puppet Master dolls and I think
Yep.
they might have been a little under like 12 inches, maybe 8 inches tall.
Yeah.
And I would look at them and be like, dude, these things are like $250 each. Like, I'm never going to have the money for these things. And I would look at them and like obsess over them because I wanted them so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked identical to the dolls in the movies. And it used to like bum me out because I'm like, I'm never going to have the money for these things. And that's like another reason why I bought the NECA toys because like it was like a nostalgia thing. It was, like
Right.
I was never able to buy the Puppet Master dolls, but at least I can buy these toys.
Six shooter investors and favorite master characters. Then I'm blowing up the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a hell of a stack here to go through. I I tried to pick fun, and at the same time, I tried to pick shit that some shit that not everybody's doing. Um, so that'll be a good mix. We'll go
That
through and
sounds good.
see what we can figure out. Like one of them is scarecrows.
Oh, I love that movie. That is so good. That's such an underrated slasher, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. Um, Another one was pieces. Uh, from beyond.
Yeah, From Beyond is a really good sci-fi horror H.P. Lovecraft story.
Hills Run Red.
That one I still need to see, actually.
Really? Slither.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Invasion of Ice Snatcher 78. Event Horizon. Pieces. The First Hatchet.
Uh-oh. This is when the little kids are playing in the pool.
Yeah. Funhouse. Dolls.
Oh my god. Like, I know that's a fake gator head, but to have that little kid underwater getting
Yeah.
eaten by the fake gator head, like, I'd be traumatized filming that scene.
Yeah. Now this now this is the girl, right?
Yeah.
This is the girl that had the gator.
But just imagine that. I'm going to my friend's birthday party, and it's a costume party. What happened to my son? Where's he at? Oh, he fell in the pool and a gator got him. How do you explain that?
Yeah. Yep, they sure did. They killed him. Yep. Uh, yeah. Dolls is much better than Megan. I guarantee. Dolls is my favorite doll movie ever. I like it better even than Puppet Master.
One of my favorite things about dolls is like it kind of teaches you a lesson, that movie. And it teaches you to not always be so serious as a grown up.
Right.
And like, like you hear like the old guy like really talking about the importance of toys and dolls and everything.
Yeah.
And you see like the craftsmanship of like the work on these dolls. And I
Mhm.
always like Dolls is like a fairly, I think it's like an hour and 18 minutes long. It's not the longest movie, but I always found some kind of value to learn from that movie. It don't always take life so seriously. And
True.
but they I forget the actor's name, the old guy in Dolls, but he
Yeah.
just like really sends a good message in that movie.
Yeah.
Because
He was
the
cool
father
actor.
is such an asshole throughout the movie.
I know it,
And
man.
it's like the father doesn't even want to be near the daughter.
That's
He's
he's fucked
annoyed
up.
that
Yeah.
he has to go on vacation with his daughter. And
Yeah.
it's just the father and his girlfriend or whatever.
His
They're just
wife.
out for themselves and they're annoyed that they have to bring the daughter along, and they end up getting payback for that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they are fucking assholes, man. Yeah. Yeah, that is my favorite doll movie like that. And it was made by a combination of Stuart Gordon and dude did the Puppet Master. You know what I mean? So that's why it ended up so damn good. Fucking goddamn, what was his name?
Even the main theme song for Dolls is really good too. Dude, that is a really good movie though.
Yes.
Dolls.
There's also you mentioned the burning. There's
Oh
like,
yeah, we're gonna be watching that tomorrow night.
oh, are
I'm
you?
doing a
Oh
watch
yeah,
party for that tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
yeah. Oh yeah, you are doing it. Yeah,
I forgot. I actually forgot. It's tomorrow night.
yeah, yeah. I remember you mentioned. I remember you mentioned something about it a few days ago.
Yeah, I just like I haven't done a watch party on my channel in a while, and I think that's the reason why I forgot it's tomorrow. But I'll make a post for it tomorrow to remind everyone. The gator's just hanging out in the trash.
Let's see, you want to? No, I have never seen Pinocchio's Revenge.
Isn't that another Stuart Gordon movie?
I'm not sure. Um, have you ever seen Satan's Little Helper? That's actually a pretty good fucking show, man.
I never cared for it. I don't like the
Really?
killer's mask in it. I can't take it seriously.
I always liked it, man. I always thought it was an interesting concept. To me, it's really fucking creepy. This dude's right there. You know what I mean? And they just
Yeah,
and they don't realize that it's
there's just something about that movie that feels very like low budget on a bad scale, and I don't like the mask. But that's just me. I never liked it. Jamie, tomorrow night we're gonna watch The Burning on my channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The gator got the hunter. The hunter became the hunted.
he's just really just twitching. And nothing's terrible. He's just like, oh my god, oh. He's just like the dudes are like, fuck this, man. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck that dude, man. I don't like him that much. You guys seen Unnameable One, Super Android? No, do you know? I have not seen the Unnameable. You know, there was one point where I thought I had seen every single thing, and trust me, I've seen a huge amount. You know what I mean? I consider myself a horror connoisseur, but damn, if there's tons of shit that I haven't seen too, it's like impossible to see every fucking thing. There's always something that somebody brings up, and I go, damn it, no, I haven't seen that.
Echo just said Jeepers Peepers, the X-rated cut of Jeepers Creepers, and for a second there, I was like, "Wait, there's another cut of Jeepers Creepers." Like it really got me for a second.
Yeah, it's like Long Dong Silver
I'm like, "Wait a second, there's another cut of Jeepers Creepers."
or a Saturday Night Beaver. Yeah, we're going to do the scanner way. I'm going to suck your brain dry. Oh man, I love scanners, Russell. You're speaking my language, man. No, not him. Like Revick, Gerald Revick.
Dude, I love the theme for
Michael
Scanners,
Ironside,
dude.
Michael Ironside is the fucking man.
Like every time I hear the theme music for Scanners, I get the chills every time. As soon as I hear that song start to play, I get the chills right away.
I have not done that yet. I am waiting for the perfect time. I have not done that one yet. That's one of my favorite films on this planet, man. By far, my favorite Cronenberg and top,
You know what
one of my
else is a
top.
good Gator movie? I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm gonna figure it out though.
You just said, speaking of beavers, zombie, zombievers is a fun one.
What the hell is this movie called?
There it is. Oh, I love the slow motion here, man. Oh man, oh, he's having flashbacks on it.
Yeah, I love that red, that inverted red
Yeah,
color too.
right. Also, this fucker feels some serious guilt, man. That's the deal. Really, yeah, he feels like he could have saved him, but he didn't.
Yeah, yo, you ever see a killer crocodile movie from 2007 called Rogue?
Yeah,
That one's really not bad, dude. It's got
right.
some really cool kills, and then like once the sun goes down and you have the night scenes, it gets really scary. But
Yeah,
that's another movie I would like to see again.
yeah. We 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 rented that one from a place called Family Video. It's around here in Indiana. That was that was either a sci-fi film, but I think that might have been straight to video.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that either, but I bought it on DVD. I have it on DVD in my collection, but that's
Man,
definitely another. I'd say it's a worthy Killer Croc movie, you know,
right? Man says
especially
no
for a
more
modern
Gator
one.
movies. She says no more Gator movies, please.
Yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting she's got like a phobia with like lizards and alligators.
All of my picks here that I have for next week, none of them involve any gators. Mate. All of mine are maniacs and dolls and shit like that. Let's see, Toby Hooper did Crocodile. Yep, Hey, Grim, how's it going, man? Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. We were just talking about eating alive earlier. Rogue is pretty good. Ninja loves those type of movies, man. He
Did you see the trailer for the new Meg movie?
yeah, yeah.
It looks boring.
Well, I wonder if Statham will punch this one like he did in the first
Probably.
one. Fucking punch the fucking Megan. I couldn't believe it. Like a half hour before that happened, I was like, I swear to God, dude, if Statham punches that fucking Megalodon, I'm done. And he fucking punched it. And by that time, I was having too good of a time with it. I couldn't shut it off. I was like, God damn, he punched it. I knew he was going to. He punched that motherfucker, man. That Megalodon was like, what? That motherfucker just punched me. That's some balls, man. Final Croc. No, I haven't seen that. I need to catch up on my creature feature movie. I haven't done any of those in years.
Yeah, see, for me, when it comes to creature features, if they start doing like certain like whatever, like if they start doing like too many sequels, that's when I'm like, all right, I can't do too many of these. Like
Yeah,
maybe one or two sequels. Like it really depends on like for instance, the Shark Attack movies.
right.
After the third one, I can't do anymore. Like that's it.
Or or they
Don't
start
push
doing
me
shit like,
further than that.
or they'll do a versus shit like Lake Placid versus Anaconda or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the first Anaconda movie, but that's it. I cannot watch anything
Yeah,
else after that.
yeah, that person, that's one with yeah, yeah, that's got like Ice Cube and yeah.
You know, I just mentioned Razorback because Ginja mentioned it, and I don't know why, but like I always get the vibe that like everybody hates Razorback. Like a lot of people I will talk to about that, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't stand that movie," or "No, I never seen it," or "I just don't like it." I just don't get why people don't like Razorback. I don't get it. It's an awesome movie. Like, yeah, it's a Jaws ripoff, but I'd say it's probably one of the better ones.
Timestamp an hour and 16, 1 hour 16 minutes and 34 seconds. Ugh. Yeah, this guy is just freaking the fuck out, man. Oh shit, he's getting fucking munched. Okay,
This guy's getting his legs ripped off.
I can see why. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna pull him out of there. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was so much stuff, man. Damn, Jim got a, oh man, how, his legs are going. Yep.
This movie delivers, man. I love this movie.
Let me see. How many don't care, but I enjoyed Python 2000. Has a stellar cast. Awesome giant snake story. Over England is awesome. Uh, Doctor, definitely a creature movie that I grew up watching. Don't recall seeing Razorback, but I can't dislike it. Won't know how I feel till I see it. Uh,
Yeah, Juno just mentioned Python from 2000. I don't think I've seen that one. I think I know. I think I'm familiar with it, but I don't think I've actually seen the movie though.
yeah, I don't think I have either. I've heard of it. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, I can't. We all can't see every movie, but if
It's
you're a fan
impossible.
of like horror and that's that type of stuff, chances are you've heard of the movie, but you just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very rarely is something mentioned that I haven't heard of. Like if I haven't seen it, I at least know what it is.
Right. It's like, you know, like somebody will mention a movie and then like I picture the poster art will pop up in my head right away.
Yep.
I'll be like, ah, yeah, that movie. I still haven't seen that though.
Oh shit, a little poodle. That poodle says, "Fuck you."
Yo, I love when the gator just shows up at a wedding and
Yeah.
fucks
Yeah.
everybody up. Like, talk about
Oh.
bad timing. Like, yep, we're having a wedding here and the gator shows up.
Yeah, what's fucked up about it is though is he's eating the help, man. One of the obnoxious rich people instead. You
The
know?
gator definitely eats a lot of people in this scene too, man.
Well, he's a big boy, you know. He just whipped
Yeah,
him with the
he's
tail. Said, "Motherfucker, where
dude,
you
he's
going?"
whacking people with the tail and everything.
Being
God damn.
Billy Zabka,
Oh,
wow.
there goes the cake. Wedding
William
cake's gone.
William Zabka's in it too, huh? Old fucking Johnny. Johnny. Will Wheaton, oh shit. Yeah, yeah, the poor help, man. Eat these obnoxious rich fuckers, not the poor woman that's trying to pay some bills. Primeval. Yeah, Primeval. I've never seen that. Yeah. He's much there we go. Much up motherfucker. This fucking show first like, oh my god. Oh, there's some good classic Dawn of the Dead. Well, it's not quite as bright, but you know, but you can see it, the bright red laying right on top of the dark coat. Dan just beating this car right the fuck down. He's like, motherfucker, I am eating you. He turned right into that car.
Now, if this old guy was smart, he would have got out of the fucking limousine.
Yeah, he's just gonna get monotone. Man. He said, "Shit, not on." Well, he didn't even get AIDS. He just got beat to death with his own vehicle. You know, yeah. Abaca so many Frankenstein's awesome, man. The final Dracula performance for Bela Lugosi. Actual
Uh, we're
Dracula.
we're coming up on the final 10 minutes here.
Yeah,
Well, whenever I see like the final 10 minutes, that's usually like the final act is coming up.
right. Little Dawson truck.
Komodo. I don't even think I've heard of Komodo from 1999.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
heard something.
assuming that's about a Komodo dragon.
Right.
Yo, you guys remember the movie Reign of Fire with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey with the dragons and everything?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the best movie in the world, but I always enjoyed that movie. It's like I think it's a pretty cool like adventure movie, but it's not the best. But for what it is, like like another thing is like that came out in the early 2000s, and those dragons actually still hold up. They actually look pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with those two in it, I mean, the budget was going to be good.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey
Unfortunately,
is
it just
really
didn't
good
take
in that
off.
movie too.
Unfortunately, it just didn't take off like I thought it would. And, yeah, here he is with his flashlight and a backpack full of goodies.
We're back in the sewer again.
He's got a plan. Yeah, he's facing his fears and the back with his horrible, guilt-ridden memory of poor kid that got drug away. Well, his memory is seeing this poor kid's face going, ah.
Hey, Katie Pop's here from
Hey,
Popping
what's
the
going on, Katie?
Popcorn.
How you
Haven't
doing,
seen
Katie?
Katie in a while. How you doing, Katie? Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
We are at yeah, we're on the last 10 minutes of Alligator here.
yeah. Almost an hour and 24 minutes.
But I mean, I still think Alligator is one of the best Jaws ripoffs.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's not it's not strictly like in the water, like how like Orca, you have Orca that's strictly in the ocean. You got piranhas, stuff like that. But like this is a little bit out of the water since you have a gator that lives in
Right.
water and out of water, but I still think this is like one of the best Jaws ripoffs. It really is. This movie holds up very well.
Well, they do it right, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I think one of the crucial things about it too is just the simple look of the gator. It's so convincing.
yep,
And the gator is utilized very well. Like you have it in a dark sewer. It's
exactly.
everything is utilized so perfectly in this movie.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked that way for them, just like it did, like I said, with Spielberg and Jaws. They were forced into a situation. They didn't have the money to, you know what I mean, to really keep it going. Well, just like with Jaws, Jaws didn't work well. Just like they said here, the croc didn't, or the alligator didn't work well. So he was limited in the time they could have him on the screen. That worked well for both of them, man. Because
Right.
anything you have too much on screen, you know, too much is too much, man.
Right.
So
You have to be mindful to limit that stuff because you show too much. You've already showed all your cards. You know what I mean? You laid all your cards out too early.
it works the same way with killers and shit, like with slashers and shit. You show them constantly, there's nothing exciting about it. Yeah, I've seen the first Mimic.
Yeah,
That's
I've only seen the
that's
first
one.
Mimic movie. I always forget there's multiple Mimic movies, actually.
The first one was the Del Toro one, right? Yeah, that's the one that Del Toro did.
Isn't Tom Sizemore like one of the main characters in that?
Maybe. I remember what's her name was in it.
I think he's like a detective in that movie, and
Yeah,
he's like
yeah,
one of the main two characters in it.
yeah, yeah. That's where he got all fucked up. Yeah.
So now we're at the finale of this movie here, and Robert Forster's trying to get out of the sewer, and of course, someone's car is parked on top of the manhole. This is a good way to build suspense here with this scene, though.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Very simple. That's the only thing that they really could have done to keep him trapped down there, right there. He has nowhere he can go. He's, you know what I mean? He's at a dead end. He's not going to push the car out of the way. It's the only way that they could effectively keep him trapped in there with it. So
You
yeah,
got 15 seconds is going to blow up.
yeah, like he's going to blow it up. But now it's a thing where it's like, damn, get the fuck out of here so I can get out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Yeah.
Got him.
Oh yeah, the dynamite. Oh yeah. Anytime they show something like dynamite or something, man, they're definitely foreshadowing the use of it, one way or
But
another.
yeah, like after that wedding scene, hell, he just tears everything up. It's almost to the point where, like, yeah, we're fucked here. There's no way we can stop this gator. You know?
Yeah, yeah, he was just coming and going at will. He realized how everybody out there tasted and was like, hell yeah, I think I'm gonna keep doing this shit. They can't stop me. There ain't shit they can do about it. He thought until Robert Forrester came into the picture and said, "Fuck you, you ate my friend. Blow you up, you son of a bitch. I kill my new girlfriend's pet."
Yo, I really like how Mayan really paid attention to this movie, and she managed to keep
Yeah,
an eye on that dynamite. So,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
sometimes little shit like that will get by me because I get distracted by other things, and I'll be like, ah, shit, I forgot about that. You know, like, it's little simple shit like that.
Dude, she's mentioned that dynamite 2 or 3 times throughout, man. She keeps talking
Yeah.
about that dynamite. She mentioned that fuck, man, fucking 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's very mindful to pay attention to that. I think this is it here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
else is gonna come in the sewer now?
That one little that one little see, that was foreshadowing too. That little gator that was bought.
Yep.
That little gator that was bought earlier that we were talking about. There he goes, poop down into the sewer. There we go.
There's another gator in the sewer. We
Set,
got
set,
another movie to come.
see, but that was foreshadowed 40 minutes into the movie. I mean, we were only what 38 minutes into it at that time. So yeah, and we yeah, because you commented on how somebody could go buy, go buy a little gator when there's a big one out eating people. That's why. All right, man. Let's let's pick this film for next Tuesday. All right. Do you remember the ones? Do you remember the ones that I went through?
You said Slither. Um,
Oh,
shit.
here.
Like I was paying attention, but I'm like drawing a blank now.
Well, the running
Oh
you're
well,
doing, running you're doing tomorrow.
yeah, I have 13 Ghosts. I would like to see that again.
Dolls.
Definitely, yeah, I'd like to watch. I'll watch Dolls any day, dude.
Funhouse.
Funhouse, yeah, dude, that's another one I'd like to watch.
The original Hatchet.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Pieces.
Yep.
Event Horizon.
You
I'll
know
go
what?
through all these. I'll go through all these, and then I'll tell you two or three of them that I would like to, and then we'll just go from there. Invasion of Body Snatchers 78. I'm just kind of just throwing them all out here.
Yeah,
Scarecrows, Hills Run Red. You haven't seen that yet, so that's just kind of a From Beyond. That's just a fun one. That's another Stuart Gordon. Slither. Here is a really cool Best Buy steelbook of Cabin in the Woods.
I still need to see that too.
Sleepaway Camp 2, the fun of Sleepaway Camp. Maybe not the best, but
Yeah.
the most fun. The Howling, the edition. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Um, and Hell Night. Uh, let me see here. Huh. If you was to pick three out of there, which three would you pick?
Um, I think Slither would actually have a good turnout. I think a lot of people will probably want to watch Slither.
Chainsaw Massacre
Um,
2 would too. Chainsaw Massacre 2 would be a big one.
yeah, yeah, that'd be a good one. And I don't know, like, I mean, I really like the Funhouse a lot,
So do I.
but I don't know if a lot of other people would be on board with watching it. But I mean, I know it's not all about everybody else. Like, it is
Right.
about what you and I are gonna watch, and then if anybody else wants to join in, that's great. But yeah,
Um,
I think Slither. It'd be wise to have Slither, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which I know a lot of people. That's a type of movie people either like it or they hate it. Um,
it's gained a lot of steam over the last several years. Chainsaw Massacre 2 has. Some people actually prefer it over the original, which is crazy to me. But hey, whatever.
yeah, I think that's a little bizarre, but I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
like that the, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre compared to the second one, they are completely different movies, but with
right,
pretty much the same characters, just different movies.
right. Um, okay, so let me
Like,
see.
pretty much out of that whole pile, I haven't seen The Hills Run Red yet, and uh, but uh, the one movie that you pulled out that I didn't really care for, but I do need to see it again, is Event Horizon. I've never been a big fan of that
Really?
movie, but I do
Okay.
want to see it again.
Okay.
But
Well,
13 Ghosts, I think I you know 13 Ghosts is I would say a decent modern horror film. I think that came out in 2001.
yeah, that's just fun. You know what I mean? And it's aged well.
Yeah,
Um,
like I think that movie actually benefits from the overproduced look, like the big studio
yeah,
look, because like the
right.
monsters and the ghost in it look so awesome.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll put that. I'll put that. I'll put this, and I will go. For now, here I'll save a couple of other choices for next time. Here is here's the four that I decided on whipping out and having to choose from. 13 Ghosts, Dolls,
Yeah, Dolls, man, I'll watch
Pizza
that
Massacre
whenever.
2, and Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, whatever you want to like make the final decision on, just run that
okay.
by me, and I'm on board with pretty much everything you just showed me there.
All right. Cool.
I mean, it's not that like I dislike Event Horizon. I've only seen it, I think, 2 times, and it just never did much for me. But I would actually like to see it again because it's been a while.
Right. I
Vampire in Brooklyn. I haven't seen that in forever. But I would like to watch John Carpenter's Vampires at some point too. That'd be a good one.
What does everybody in the chat? We it looks like we got at least 10 in the chat right now. Out of these four, what does there? What vote do we have in the chat? Out of these four, what does everybody say?
Pick one out of the four, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm curious what the chat thinks. Chainsaw Massacre 2, Cabin in the Woods, Dolls, or 13 Ghosts. Yeah, go ahead and hold it so they can see in case they forget.
Yeah. Like I would probably pick Dolls out of that pile, man. Like that's how much I like Dolls. It's such a good
Dolls is
movie.
fucking great, man. Ginger Ninja says 13 Ghosts. Juno says Chainsaw Massacre 2. Rob says Dolls. Man says Dolls. Dolls is fucking great. It's the best doll movies ever made. I'm sorry,
It
it is.
is really good, man. And
And
like,
it
I
is.
also feel like Dolls, besides a couple of violent moments, you might be able to watch that with like a kid that's like 12 years old, maybe 13. Like you
There's
might
a
have to cover
scene.
his eyes for like one gory scene, but other than that, like I feel like kids could actually enjoy that movie too.
There's an excerpt in my intro from Dolls. You know, when the blonde leans forward and her eyeballs fall out during my
Yeah.
intro. That's from Dolls. Um,
Yeah.
all right, fuck it, Dolls it
I
is
really
next
love
Tuesday.
how the teddy bear, there's like a real life teddy bear
Right,
with like claws. It comes out of the bushes at one point.
right. All right, man. So next Tuesday at 10 o'clock, Stuart Gordon's Dolls.
We're gonna do dolls.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why not, man. That's a good one. Like I'm already excited to watch that next week, dude. I really
Right.
am.
Cool.
But
All
on
right.
also I will look on lookmovie.com to make sure it's on there. I'm gonna assume it's on there, but I'll have to take a look and make sure it's on there.
Okay. If it's not, we'll switch to one of the other ones. They're all full fun, but right now we'll just plan on that. Uh, um. So you're doing the burning tomorrow night. Um.
Yeah, tomorrow at 9 o'clock on my channel, so that'd be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if anybody's free tomorrow night and you guys want to stop by and watch a classic slasher film from 1981,
Yeah. Third.
and honestly, like I really like The Burning just as much as the
Oh,
original Friday the 13th. Even though my favorite Friday
yeah.
the 13th
Very
film is
awesome.
the second one, which is I believe that's your favorite too. But
Yeah.
I think The Burning is just as good as the original Friday the 13th, and I'm really looking forward to watching that tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I fucking love burning, man. Tomorrow night is actually the only night that I do have off. From Thursday till next Tuesday, I'm doing something. Tomorrow night is the only night that I'm not doing.
Yeah, I mean, like I also picked The Burning because yeah, I haven't seen it in quite a while, and we're getting towards that time of year where it's time to watch some camp slashers. So
Mhm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
so
And then
apparently Dolls is on Tubi and it's also on Pluto TV, but I'm gonna check on lookmovie.com because the best thing about that is there's no ads, so I'm gonna make sure it's on there.
right.
But so far it looks like we have options to watch it.
Awesome. That'll work, man. That'll work. Yeah. That'll work. Oh yeah. Um. Oh. Yeah. That's pretty good, man. I didn't see that since I actually sit down and watch that since I was a kid.
And,
Very very entertaining.
Russell just mentioned Madman, and I would like to watch that at some point this summer. Madman Mars, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. I've got the Vinegar Syndrome 4K of that over there too. So yeah, I didn't think about grabbing that one, but yeah, we could
Yeah, I
throw
mean,
that
we
one
have
in next
plenty of
week.
options when it comes to camp slashers to go through. I mean, shit, we can even watch Humongous at some point, I'm sure, but I don't know if
Oh
that
yeah,
would be readily available online to watch, but I'll have to do some searching.
I know it's on YouTube. Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We have
The,
plenty of options and plenty of things to go through.
the version that's on YouTube is dark though. That movie, if you don't get the right cut of it, you can't. There's a lot of it you can't see. That's the only problem with it.
Yeah. I think when they filmed that movie, they were like, "Shit, we forgot to bring the lights." You know, it's such a dark movie. They left the lights at home. They forgot to bring them.
Yep, that's the Dolls, man. 1987.
All right, it looks like Dolls is on lookmovie.com, which is perfect. You know, it's just the best thing about that site. You got nothing to interrupt you. We can all watch it. We're always off by like a minute or two, but at least we're in the same ballpark, you know?
Right. Exactly. Hell yeah. That works for me. Yeah. I never bitch about watching Dolls, man. Hell yeah. Um. Yeah, man. Nice first nice successful first night, man. Great time,
Yeah,
man.
I'm really glad that we decided to watch this one, and it looks like this will work out for the future. And like I said to you before, I should be able to make out, like, the usual Tuesdays of doing it. If something serious comes up, I'm going to try to give you 48 hours notice that I can't make the stream if that happens.
Yeah.
But I should, I'm going to work around that. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm doing this. And if I have something else that's going to come up, I'm going to try to make sure that that gets rescheduled and not this.
Cool, man. I really appreciate it, but if you ever have to, just at least try to give me a day so I can just either plan on doing it, solo or find someone to, just step in and fill in for the night. Uh,
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you and I are pretty much on the same page. We understand each other with that. So
very cool, very cool. Hell yeah. Every, everybody's telling us good night now. All right,
yeah. Yeah,
all right.
thank you all for coming to this stream tonight and watching
Yeah,
Alligator with us. This is a good time.
hell yeah, man. Yeah. Um, I will catch you guys later. Thanks a lot. And Sean will be seeing you tomorrow night. I will be seeing. I will be with Echo Thursday night. We're doing a wrestling stream, and then shit, man. After that, I'm doing something every freaking night, all the way till next Tuesday. So I'll be posting that shit. I'll be bugging everybody with it. But you guys take it easy. Um, have a great night. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Be careful. Much love to everybody. That is Sean Blue Digital. I am Gore Club, and you guys are not. Have a great night.
Take care, everyone.